Hari Om. Vedanta is an ancient philosophy that dates back to a time and place that we cannot pinpoint. It was discovered in what came to be known as the Himalayan ranges by the wise masters and sages who dedicated themselves to the pursuit of this truth. Vedanta is the subject. This knowledge had to be conveyed to humanity. It had to be conveyed to humanity through written literature. The masters had to put them down in writing to make the philosophy accessible to humanity. Now, this is an important point. The point is, Vedanta is the knowledge, and the books is the platform that contains the knowledge. Vedanta means the end of knowledge, the last stage of knowledge, the final frontier of knowing all there is to know of life. The first piece of literature of Vedanta is known as the Vedas. These Vedas are huge. They are a vast text that has all the knowledges of the world. Subjects like science, sociology, commerce, maths, language, warfare, psychology, biology, physics, common law, and many, many, many more. The great nations of the past had discovered all the things about life and living that we are still trying to figure out today. But all these topics pertain to the world, subjects that helps human beings live in the world. The Vedas also contains the knowledge of what lies beyond the world, the knowledge of the transcendental, the knowledge of God. This portion of the Vedas is called the Upanishads. It is the end portion of the Vedas. So the initial part of the Vedas has knowledge of the world, while the end part of the Vedas contain the knowledge of that ultimate truth. The Vedas and the Upanishads are not easily accessible. They are very difficult to understand directly because the way of teaching is very, very subtle and at times can be almost confusing. So to make it more accessible to humanity, the masters then had given it out in a different way, through another text. This text is called the Bhagavad Gita. The Bhagavad Gita, in essence, is another version of the Upanishads, only given out in a different way. The question is, what are the Vedas, the Upanishads, and the Bhagavad Gita teaching us? What is the message of these texts? What is the essence of the knowledge? What Vedanta is showing us is that as human beings, we are meant to achieve much, much more in life. We are meant to experience life completely differently from what we are experiencing today. We are designed to live in this world, to achieve success and prosperity, to live in this world in peace and happiness, to live in this world while enjoying fruitful and harmonious relationships. The knowledge of Vedanta helps human beings achieve this. We not only equip ourselves to deal and overcome any obstacles that the world throws at us. We are not only able to handle life's pressures, but we at the same time lead a higher, more noble life, a more spiritual life, pursuing the highest truth. This was Lord Krishna's message to Arjuna in the Bhagavad Gita. In the epic Mahabharata, Arjuna could not handle life. He completely buckled to the pressures of his work and his relationships. He fell victim to the mind and was not able to progress in life. He was filled with stress and he was not able to perform his duties and responsibilities. Then Lord Krishna came in and gave out the sermon of the Bhagavad Gita. He told Arjuna his mission in life is to get to that highest state of perfection. He must do so by improving his business and relationships. By governing his business and his relationships, he learns the truth about life. By learning the truth of life, he will not only discover the self within, but he will also come out successful, peaceful, and happy. So, what is the Vedas, Upanishads, and the Bhagavad Gita conveying? They are all conveying one message, that to lead a higher life and to discover the transcendental truth, to experience life the way a human being should, with prosperity, bliss, and harmony, there is only one way to do it. You must learn how to govern your business and relationships. Hence, the book Governing Business and Relationships is actually describing Lord Krishna's message to Arjuna. It is a book authored by Swami Parthasarathy to give out to humanity the Bhagavad Gita in a more accessible way. It explains the concepts of the Gita so that it is easier to understand and apply in our daily lives. To study the Bhagavad Gita, one must first know and live the fundamental principles of life and living. The book Governing Business and Relationships contains these fundamental principles. The weekly classes are based on this book. Registrations are still open for those who are inclined. You may do so at your convenience. In our next class, we shall go through the contents of the book where we will take a look at the individual chapters. Hari Om.